But here we are, yes, as Darren says, we are bringing you Friday night Premier League football tonight on a misty winter's evening in West Yorkshire. But Elland Road is lit up like never before. They've installed 2 new floodlights that are behind the stand that we're in, the main stand, the John Charles stand, and they are very old style. I think, did you come in that side of the ground, Michael? You must have done. And the very old style, sort of light grey, tall, spindly floodlight pylons with diamond bulb effects at the top, and they're shining down, and this is all part of meeting the Premier League standards, so that's why they've had to do it. But tonight we have Leeds United, who have taken off their blue tracksuit tops, and we can see the famous all-white kit, and West Ham here tonight in an all-black kit. In the first half, Leeds will play from left to right towards the relatively newly named Norman Hunter stand to our right. And the team tonight is, as Marcelo Bielsa said it would be yesterday, so Meslier in goal, a back four of Dallas, Cooper, the captain, and Ayling in central defence with Alioski at left back, Phillips in midfield, then Rafinha, Rodrigo, Klich and Harrison, and top scorer Patrick Bamford up front. And the West Ham team, it is a back four. Michael, we're looking at the West Ham team as they're lining up here. So Fabianski in goal. At the back, Tsofal, Balbuena, Ogbonna and Cresswell. Masuaku is out, he needs a knee operation. Soucek and Rice in midfield, the 2. Bourne on the right, Fornals on the left, and Benrahma playing off Allaire. And the players taking a knee at Elland Road. We are behind closed doors, so silence for a moment. And then the game begins, and it is West Ham who kick off, and immediately the ball is played back to Aaron Cresswell and fired downfield. And I mentioned the fact that Benrahma is starting the match. It's his first start for West Ham since his move from Brentford, initially on loan at least. So a big night for him in the West Ham side. Michael Brown.
Yeah, it's a huge night for him. He's finally getting that opportunity he's been waiting for, and you know there's going to be space because Leeds United are going to go back to front very, very quickly. It's whether he can capitalise it, just getting it around Calvin Phillips, play off him, get on the ball. But you know Leeds United will want this possession, and it's going to be interesting as well to see how West Ham United adapt to this back four.
Yep. West Ham, if they win here tonight at Elland Road, they will go back up to 5th place in the Premier League table tonight. And Leeds United, one of the most attractive teams to watch in the Premier League this season, but they've won only once here at Elland Road this season. Ball out of play, Benrahma can't keep it in, so it's a throw into Leeds in their right back position. And it's the first time these two famous clubs, Leeds United and West Ham, have played each other in any competition since 2012 when they met in the Championship. And who was in the Leeds United team that day? Only Michael Brown, who's alongside us here. Phillips playing the ball away from the edge of his own penalty area, and now here's Alioski racing away down the left hand side. He's over the halfway line, still going, the North Macedonian international. Uses Harrison, who's out there, who checks back, and Calvin Phillips back now after that little spell that he had out with the injury that kept him out of the internationals last month. Gives the ball to the right hand side. Stuart Dallas operating at right back, as Marcelo Bielsa told us that he would yesterday. And his ball forward is cut out, and West Ham are able to bring it forward up towards Sebastian Allaire, the West Ham top scorer, but he's lost possession. It's through to Bamford. Bamford tries to go around the goalkeeper. Fabianski comes out, and now did he yes, he did, and it's a penalty to Leeds. He did enough. He went to ground, Fabianski, as Bamford was racing through the middle. He got some contact on him. Bamford actually tried to keep his feet, and did keep his feet. He didn't go down, but the contact, Michael Oliver, the referee, says was enough for it to be a Leeds United penalty.
It was a definite penalty. Liam Cooper there, fantastic on the front foot, stepping forward, and at that point he delivers a wonderful pass right through the heart of West Ham United. Great run from Bamford. Just watching the replays back now as Fabianski comes out. I thought Bamford was just going to flick the ball over the oncoming Fabianski. He didn't. Gets brought down. Great start for Leeds United.
Yeah, he was sent flying, Bamford. So in the 4th minute, a penalty to Leeds United. Mateusz Klich is going to take it for Leeds. He's already scored 1 this season. Scored a penalty in the home win against Fulham. So Klich now standing on the line on the edge of the box. Chance for Leeds United to take an early lead here. It becomes little steps to begin with, and then right-footed with the penalty. Oh, and did not catch it at all, and Fabianski has saved it down to his right. He went the right way. That was absolutely crucial, and it was hit so relatively weakly that it was a really straightforward save for the West Ham goalkeeper, and it still Leeds 0, West Ham 0.
It's as bad as a penalty I've ever seen. I don't know what he's thinking. It's that slow run up, whether he gets confused, he changes his mind. You sort of look and say, does Fabianski go left and then go right? He hardly does anything. It's the strangest penalty you'll ever see. What a huge... we've got a VAR situation. He looks like he's off the line.
Oh no, you must be joking. Well, we're having a look at it now. The ball's out of play, so Michael Oliver has stopped, and they're looking to see if the goalkeeper had moved off the line. Now, there are millimetres in this. We've got the pictures, and it's going to be retaken. And I mean, you are talking millimetres off the line by the goalkeeper's heel.
Just seeing the pictures back again, the goalkeeper Fabianski starts behind the line in the setup, and as there's that delay, and we talked about the delay, what was he doing, what was Klich thinking, but at that point the delay actually helps him because he steps over the line and it's just his heels are just off the chalk, and a retake so cruel.
And the question of course is Klich going to take it again? And the answer to that is yes. But Fabianski is unhappy about something, and he's talking to Michael Oliver. They are asking the assistant as well, Stuart Burt. Fabianski is pointing towards the assistant, who is on the line. Declan Rice is there as well as the West Ham captain, and the two of them are in discussions with Michael Oliver. And obviously
he's got to be careful arguing here, John. He's already had a yellow as well. He's not to push it too far, but in his mind, as a goalkeeper, he's set up, he's deliberately stayed behind the line. So he probably thinks he's good. He probably can't understand why it is, because it's so close. You can see Michael Oliver now just literally putting his fingers together, showing that it's a fraction. Big chance now.
Yeah, you can only assume that they were asking why the assistant didn't call it, but technology called it. So for the second time, Klich with a penalty. He goes the other way and he scores into the goalkeeper's bottom left corner. Fabianski did go the right way, the other way from the initial penalty that was retaken, and it is a goal for Leeds United. Mateusz Klich has made it Leeds United 1, West Ham 0.
Oh, he was wondering what was he going to do. Is he going to go left or right? He actually changes his side because Fabianski is in his mindset. He has to stay. He stays central, waits for the opportunity. I think Mateusz Klich just knows he can punch it in a corner with any sort of intent, and he's going to score it. What a decision. It's so cruel for West Ham there. There's a poor penalty end, but when you save it and it's millimetres, it's hard to take.
But that took a little bit of nerve for Klich to say, I'm taking it, and there was no wavering from him, was there? As soon as we knew that it was going to be retaken, Klich was straight over there, got the ball and went and put it on the spot himself, and he took a very good penalty second time round.
Well, I'm not sure, it still wasn't really convincing for me. It was not a great penalty. Yes, he punched it low and he punched it in the area. There was a goal.
Better than the first
one. It was better than the first one, I agree. But he's got away with one. It was the worst penalty you'll ever see, the first one, and for Bielsa, I'm sure he'll have been thinking he's got to change something. But he was straight up, full of confidence, and he's done the job. Great start for Leeds United.
Mind you say that, Michael, the previous penalty that Fabianski saved this season was Lookman's penalty for Fulham.
No wonder he's staying up.
So if he'd had those for two penalty saves, I mean, it doesn't get much more straightforward. But the technology stepped in, and it's no good Fabianski and West Ham and Declan Rice saying, well, why didn't the assistant call it? Because it was the technology that called it, and honestly, you could not have called that with a naked eye.
Well, you can't, but like I said to you, he starts behind the line. He's literally in his goal as the step up, and the delay of the strike of the penalty, that's what gives him that advantage.
Here is Klich on the right hand side, a low ball across the penalty area. Fabianski is very quickly out and gathers it near the penalty spot and then underarms it out to Souček. So West Ham are already behind. West Ham United have actually opened the scoring in their last 6 Premier League matches, but in this one they've got to come from behind, and it is Leeds in possession halfway inside their own half, but leading through that Mateusz Klich. And yet again a Premier League match where the technology is a huge talking point. But of course, You know, that is definitive. It's one of those decisions whereby the operators of the technology will say, you know, the law is you cannot leave the line, and the technology shows that no matter by how little, Fabianski was off the line.
You wouldn't want it against you, though, would you?
You would not. West Ham coming forward with Bowen on the right-hand side. He's done well. He's beaten his man. He's into the penalty area. The angle's very tight. Tried to pull it back, and actually, the man he beat, Liam Cooper, the captain, recovered to block it behind for a West Ham corner.
That was a good reaction from West Ham down the right-hand side. As Bowen goes, he commits. Cooper, he dives in. He'd be disappointed with that, but as he gets to the byline, he's mentioned Benrahma, Sebastian Haller. There's not really good runs. He looks up, nowhere to go. He probably could have got his shot away, but great recovery from Cooper.
Corner then to West Ham. Here, just to our left, in front of the Don Revy stand. Ball into the near post, which is headed up and away for Leeds. And by Alioski, I think it was, got to his head to it in amongst a crowd of players at the near post, straight into the stand. So a second consecutive corner from the far side, the West Ham United right. And it'll be a left-footed in-swinger again, which is delivered there, and it's headed away right across the penalty area, his own box by Rafinha for Leeds, and then Cresswell, high ball, curling beyond everyone inside the penalty area. It bounces out towards the far side and is kept in on the right flank for West Ham. Here comes the cross, it's headed down, took a deflection actually off Phillips, which took all the power off it. Allaire in the middle with a header, but he headed it straight into Phillips, and it was an easy pick-up for Meslier.
It was an easy pick-up, but it was, you know, a good play from West Ham. A few overloads, keeping the pressure on. Downward header was what you want from the striker, but straight in the back of Phillips.
Here they come again, West Ham. Benrahma through the middle of Bowen, shoots, it's deflected by the defender Alioski, who threw himself in front of it, and a double deflection took it back to Meslier again. But positive stuff for West Ham. He's picked quite an attacking team here, David Moyes, with Bowen and Benrahma and Fornals and obviously Allaire in it. And as we said, Benrahma playing centrally, but in that, well, it's almost the number 10 role, isn't it?
Yeah, he's just dropping in, but you know, as you mentioned, the attacking formation of David Moyes, changing it from that back five. The goal comes from Cooper stepping in. Who would have been that pivot? Who would be centre right where the ball goes for the lead up to the goal? It would have been Ogbonna in that five, and that's the organisation, that little bit of detail that could take a bit of time when you change from that back five to a back four, and it certainly punished him after 4 minutes.
Rodrigo just miscontrolled it as the ball was fired to him in the middle of the West Ham half. So the visitors have the ball back and are playing it out from the back to Cresswell, who curls the ball down the line. But Ayling will come across and just take that away quite easily from Pablo Fornals, and Leeds are back in possession. So Leeds United 1-0 up on West Ham. I think it was the 7th minute when the penalty was eventually scored. But the whole process there, the saved penalty, then it was a retake and discussions surrounding both. It did take, I think, until the 7th minute before Matthias Klich scored his 3rd goal of the season, his first since the penalty against Fulham. Here's Rice now for West Ham, carrying the ball forward, gives it to Bowen. Bowen back across, Allaire on the turn, shoots, and I think that took a deflection, and that meant that it was a relatively comfortable save for Meslier, who was able to drop onto it, and Allaire puts his hands to his face.
It's going to be open, this game, isn't it? Declan Rice driving through the middle. Bowen's been an option, doing very well. Was it good to Sebastian Haller? He turns, his strikes should be a bit more powerful. It hits Mikhailin straight into Meslier's hands. Good opportunity. It's been good from West Ham since the goal.
It has.
David Moyes will be pleased with it, but here come Leeds United yet again.
Yeah, good response. Leeds United, who did take the lead last weekend at Stamford Bridge, but lost in the end by 3-1. Lots of chances in that match as well. And the way this has started, Michael Brown, it looks as though we're going to have plenty of goal-scoring opportunities.
Don't say it.
Well, it is very, very open at the moment. Benrahma has given the ball down the left-hand side. Benrahma up against Phillips into the full-back position. Right-footed cross, too close to Meslier, who's able to catch it. It bounces up into his chest. Bowen was making the run, but it was too close to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it was. He picked it up really well. So normally when you've had a little bit of pressure against you, the goalkeeper would just sort of kill it for a little bit, just wait to see what happens. The Leeds United players are saying, let's go, throw it out. He's looking forward, he's proactive, wants to make things happen. And as you said, there's going to be opportunities.
5 Live, Leeds United 1, West Ham 0, as Ayling hits a long pass, but that's way beyond the run of Rafinha, and that's an easy pick-up for Fabianski. Yes, this is the first of 6 Premier League commentaries we are bringing you this weekend. 4 of them on Sunday, one of them on 5 Live Sports Extra, incidentally. But tomorrow you'll be able to hear Newcastle United against West Brom from 3 o'clock, live from St James's Park, with Ian Dennis and Rob Green. 5 Live Sport underway at 12 tomorrow. Alan Shearer will be alongside Mark Chapman from noon. Meslier just clearing the ball from his 6-yard box towards the far side. Here's Jack Harrison, still on loan from Manchester City. Right-footed ball across field, which is taken down by Dallas. Plays it up towards Rodrigo, Leeds United's record signing. He is the man who came back into the team today, the one change from Stamford Bridge last weekend. Rodrigo plays it forward for the run of Dallas, but Ogbonna is able to come across and play it out off the Leeds United man. And so West Ham are off down the left-hand side with Fornals. Fornals looks infield. Souček is there, the Czech international. Bowen, then up to Allaire. Allaire lays it off, takes a little flick to Benrahma, and Benrahma, as he tried to work it forwards, that was deflected back to goalkeeper Meslier, who has it safely at his feet. So 1-0 Leeds United lead, and we've had 15 minutes here at Elland Road.
Just look at the interplay there from Leeds United. Definitely works on the training ground. You ask about Marcelo Bielsa, we've seen Dallas play into Click, he sets it, Rafinha over his head, the run continues. It's great forward of play. You're taught that. It's a system, it's a set. It's great to watch when it comes off. It almost did there for Dallas down the right-hand side. I'm interested to see Luke Ayling. He was excellent in the game at Wolves that we've seen him, myself and John. Did very, very well in that centre-back position, so he'll feel confident that he's had that game and another position for him to play.
Souček playing the ball forward for Benrahma, out towards the left-hand side here. Benrahma, black gloves on. And then little ball forward from Fornals, but that was read by Dallas, who plays it forward, but it bounces out of play. David Moyes just down there on the edge of the coaching area, and Marcelo Bielsa to his right, just sitting on his blue bucket, as they call it, sort of pyramid shaped, isn't it?
Sponsored bucket now.
Sponsored
as well.
bucket,
yep.
Absolutely right. In the blue, the Leeds United shade of blue. Why do they call it a bucket, by the way? Why do they call it a bucket?
Do you think when it started
Has it got something in it?
When it was a bucket when he first started, wasn't it? I think it's a bit more of an advanced seat now.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a stool to me, but they call it a bucket. So there we are. Throw in to West Ham, just down in front of us. Aaron Cresswell has played very well, hasn't he, this season? Aaron Cresswell,
very well.
Back at left back for this match, plays it in towards the edge of the area. Phillips is though in there, another one who's taken to Premier League football very, very well indeed. Phillips, England international now, plays it forward into the centre circle. Declan Rice, another England man, is there to head it forward, and then it falls to the feet of Cresswell. Low ball forward to Allaire. Ayling was very tight on Allaire, got the ball and the man, and the ball's deflected out of play just down in front of us. Excellent defending, certainly let him know he was there. Ayling on Allaire, Sebastien Allaire, who's now an Ivory Coast international, French born, but has opted to play for Ivory Coast, and made his debut last month, and indeed scored on his debut against Madagascar. Here's Fornals, ball in from the left-hand side. Ayling is there, unchallenged, to control and play it forward. And now Phillips passes it slightly behind Bamford, winner of the penalty from which Leeds United eventually took the lead. Here's Harrison now on the left-hand side. Harrison, little ball forward towards Click, the goal scorer from the penalty spot. Click, moving infield from left to right, just lays it off to Phillips. Now the cross from the left-hand side is headed away by Balbuena for West Ham. Benrahma touches it off to Bowen, and then Allaire attempted to give it back to Bowen, but the ball was far too far in front of Jared Bowen, and Leeds United have got it back. Jared Bowen, another in-form player, done very well whenever I've seen him this season. Alioski coming forward, left foot shot is hit from the edge of the penalty area by Rodrigo, who's trying to bend it into the bottom corner. Instead he bent it about a yard wide of the foot of the post.
Great play down the left hand side. Alioski, Harrison. Alioski does really well. He He pulls the ball back to Rodrigo. He doesn't just put it into an area. Great delivery. It would have been some goal. Well worked yet again. It's great to watch these little triangles. It's little forward passes. West Ham are certainly having a go.
Leeds United 1, West Ham United 0. BBC Radio 5 Live, behind closed doors at Elland Road. Elland Road, West Yorkshire, still in Tier 3, so it is the fake crowd noise again, I'm sorry to say, that you're hearing in the background. Hopefully it won't be too long before there'll be fans back in here and elsewhere as well. As Rafinha brings it forward for Leeds into the penalty area against Ogbonna, tried to stab it across with his wrong foot, his left foot, and it just dribbled through for Fabianski to come out and pick up. He's trying to find Bamford, who was making a run towards the near post, but just didn't catch it right at all. But again, another warning for West Ham. This back four that they're playing today, having played with three central defenders for really the majority of the season, they're being tested by Leeds.
Well, they are being tested, and Balbuena there, awful pass right across the field. Don't know what he's trying to think. He'd lined up the diagonal pass and it wasn't on. He didn't change his mind. Gets caught, but fabulous down the right hand side. Quick, aggressive, trying to get one-on-one situations from Rafinha. That sort of gives you the defenders something to think about. Great play.
1-0 to Leeds United, and here's Luke Ayling with his fairish hair tied up tightly at the back of his head, gives it infield towards Matthias Klich, the Polish international, who will be up against England in the World Cup qualifiers. Ball out to the left hand side, swung in from Alioski, but too close to another Pole, Fabianski, who I presume will still be playing for Poland, 35 years old now. You would think that he'd give it the form that he's in, another World Cup qualifying campaign, as West Ham bring it in from the right hand side with Bowen, who's on his left foot and shoots, but it flies away high over the top of the crossbar, harmlessly from a Leeds United point of view, into the lower tier of the Don Revie stand.
Yeah, as it opened up there, you fancied him here, that bit of composure. He doesn't catch it clean as it goes over the bar with his left foot. He could have stayed on it a little bit longer. It's easy saying that, but when you're on the run and you're travelling, you try and curl the ball away, and it's a disappointing one from him.
European Rugby Union taking place tonight as well, incidentally. If you didn't hear, finished Northampton 12, Bordeaux 16 earlier in the Champions Cup. Latest score, Ulster winning 12-0 against Toulouse. And in the Challenge Cup, Leicester 6, Brive 6, Newcastle 3, Cardiff 10, the latest scores. Leeds United coming forward. And here is Alioski with a left-footed cross, but that is onto the head of Balbuena, who's able to head it down and away. Phillips takes up possession for Leeds again, and then Ayling. Now to the right-hand side to the adaptable Dallas. And then the ball forward from Rafinha is collected on the edge of the penalty area for West Ham, but it's cleared back to Leeds. Here's Dallas again, puts his foot on the ball. The Northern Ireland international, left-footed, back into the centre circle to Liam Cooper. And then Cooper out to the left-hand side, and Leeds just switching it from side to side. This is the possession Leeds United game. As the ball's played forward, a slip. Harrison was onto the ball, but there was a slip in the right-back position by Tsofal, and that is giving us a free kick to West Ham United.
It's been a lively start, hasn't it? So looking, what would we expect? VAR have got after us very early in the game. Been spoilt, we said about chances, opportunities. Again, it just comes down to one mistake, one little bit of lapse of concentration. Great work from Cooper stepping in. I think Bielsa will be delighted with that. But you see that this West Ham side seems to have a little bit more about them. They seem to have a little bit more confidence, and you can see that by the position in the league table. But they've got a little bit to do now. Leeds United are growing, trying to get into some better areas.
Yep. West Ham won all three matches they played in November. Tight wins, but wins nevertheless. Here's Ben Rama onto his right foot, shoots goalwards, and that's headed away by a falling Ayling, who threw himself into the line of fire, got his head to it and nodded it back out towards this side, the West Ham left. Out of play for a throw-in that Cresswell is going to take. But West Ham, who had their chances, I was there last week at the London Stadium, 1-0 up on Manchester United, and had good chances at the end.
Was the ball out, John?
Yes, for Manchester United's first. Well, certainly it looked it on the replays, and certainly David Moyes felt it was. in the build-up to the first Manchester United goal. But as David Moyes himself said, you know, they had such good chances to get a 2-goal lead, as RB Leipzig did in midweek against United. The West Ham with Haller on the left-hand side, crossing across the box, looking for Sofal, the right back who made his way up there. Sofal gets it back again. Sofal taking on Harrison, ball running towards the byline. Harrison goes down, the ball bounces behind the line, and Michael Oliver says corner that Bowen is trotting over there to take. And
they put a little bit of pressure on the goalkeeper. You see they're in swinging corners. On the first 2 corners, they had 2 around him. You obviously feel there's an opportunity there, but this time only 1.
Yep, just Haller this time. Bowen, in it comes towards the back post, and it's headed goal. It's Meslier, couldn't keep it out. Souček with the header, and the technology says yes, it was over the line. Meslier got a hand to it, but it was behind the line. I'm fairly sure it was cleared away by Leeds, but big Souček, the Czech midfielder, got his head to it, powerful enough, and West Ham draw level, 1-1 at Elland Road.
Just as I said, I didn't feel like the goalkeeper felt comfortable with that little bit of pressure in front of him. He goes to come, he steps back, just to the back post there, he looked too strong, and the header just goes over the line. Just trying to see the replay now, and looks like the technologies got that correct. Thomas Souček at the back post. Will be really pleased with that. It wasn't the prettiest of goals, but West Ham are back in it.
1-1, and yes, Meslier got a left hand to it, but it was not a strong enough hand. Got a big part of his hand on it, but it was through over his hand into the back of the net before it was.
But it was that hesitation as he goes. Does he come? Does he not? He's uncertain with somebody around him, and seen that on the first one. He should have done better. It's a soft hand. It was the step back though that loses that little bit of balance. He shouldn't get beat at the back post either, as easy as they did.
Yeah, it was cleared away by a defender who was behind the line in the goal, but it was clearly by probably 3-4 feet over the line, behind the line. That was an easy one for the technology. Correct decision, no question. And it's Leeds United 1, West Ham 1. And West Ham, who had been threatening some enterprising play, they've now got that equaliser. And it's Thomas Souček, the Czech international, who scored the opening goal last weekend against Manchester United. So that's 3 goals in his last 5 appearances from midfield for Souček. And we're back all square as Ogbonna just stands over the ball and shepherds it out of play for a throw. Click was there with him. I thought for a moment he was actually going to make contact with Click with his outstretched foot, but he didn't, and it's a throw into West Ham down in the full-back position, in between where the Norman Hunter stand and this John Charles stand that we're sitting in. Neat. Cresswell, looked as though the ball might have been over the line, but it's cleared downfield, and the assistant who was right there says play on. Leeds with it on the far side, and it's deflected out of play for a throw to the home side, halfway inside the West Ham half. So almost half an hour played, and we're back all square. Leeds 1, West Ham 1. Here's Ayling for Leeds over the halfway line. Ayling's ball forward to Click. Now it's being brought infield by Rafinha from the right-hand side. He's on his left foot, plays a little ball, looking for the edge of the area for Rodrigo, but the ball didn't have enough pace on it. West Ham were able to nip in. That's a nice turn by Ben Rama. He's taken 2 men out of the game. Now he's attacking the penalty area, and he passed the ball behind the run of Haller, and it just dribbles harmlessly through to Meslier to pick up.
It's a great play, wasn't it? He's the little dummy back between the 2 Leeds United players, and then as he travels, it doesn't open. He's looking for a picture to open. Where's Haller going to travel? Does he need to take someone else on? What's his pass? But that's a player who's not played with somebody. You talk about on his debut, first start, great chance.
Ball played forward by Rafinha for Rodrigo in the box on the right hand side, cuts onto his left foot and shoots straight at Fabianski from the angle, but 10-12 yards out, and he hit it straight at the West Ham goalkeeper.
It just happened so fast because the forward runs from midfield are excellent. They go in behind people, the ball gets delivered, great pass as he touches it back inside. Thought he was going to go to the far corner, he just doesn't catch it as well, straight to the goalkeeper. Great move yet again. It's end to end, just as we've seen. Ben Rama, instantly we see Leeds United and creating opportunities.
That's Michael Brown with us on BBC Radio 5 Live tonight, veteran of 650 matches in League and Cup. And we're watching one of Michael's old sides here, Leeds United, back in the Premier League this season after 16 years away. Ayling playing the ball out to Alioski with his bleach blonde hair on the far side. He'll be going to the Euros with North Macedonia, all being well, next summer for their first major final, so a great event for his country. Here's Click through the middle, Click playing it to the right hand side. Rafinha is there, out wide. Dallas joins the attack, 35 yards out. Dallas with an ankle ball looking for Harrison on the edge of the area, who is adjudged to have fouled, so foul, and it's a free kick to West Ham on the edge of their own penalty area. Half an hour played, 1-1.
See, now we've got a stop in the game where you can get a breather, you can start to work things out. We've seen David Moyes get his notepad out, some instructions with his staff, putting in some formations and different distances. I'd really like to see Bielsa at half time, whether he just says now at 1-1 we go for it, continue, let's keep going in behind, or whether he shows any side of caution. At the start of this Premier League, we realise I don't think he's got that.
No. So it's a free kick for West Ham on the edge of the box. It just switched on to us. Leeds took the lead, a retaken penalty. Click took the first one, it was saved, it was a poor penalty, but goalkeeper Fabianski was found to be millimetres off his line, so it had to be retaken. Click stood up and scored at the second attempt. West Ham equalising just short of the half hour with a header from a corner by Thomas Soucek. Good strong header, too strong for goalkeeper Meslier, who couldn't keep it out, diving to his left. And so it is all square. Here's Ayling playing the ball forward to Bamford on the right hand side. It was Bamford who won the penalty for Leeds. 8 goals this season. Last time you and I saw him on a Friday night, he scored a hat-trick, Michael, when we were at Aston Villa.
It was a good hat-trick as well.
Very good, wasn't it? Here's Ben Rama, though, receives the ball centrally. We've seen lots of him in the early stages. Another one with bleach blonde hair. Ooh, double step, overtakes it past Phillips, and then tried to pass it through for Fornals, but just got a little bit too much on it. But lovely footwork.
He's growing into the game, isn't he? He seems to be getting a little bit of confidence. A step over there, left Phillips, which is not easy. It's his end product now. When you get in the areas to make sure that it's level, he's got to find a West Ham shirt.
Yep, that's the thing that's missing. Here he is, though, receives it from Rice, curls the shot that clips the side netting on the way wide. And I have to say, Meslier looked a little, perhaps unsighted by that. He looked a little late on his dive, but fortunately from his point of view, Ben Rama's shot was wide.
Well, it was. He just moves the ball really, really quickly. And I think he catches him off guard. I don't think he's going to believe that he's taken this shot on. And fortunate for the goalkeeper, it does hit the side netting. Should mention he's growing in stature. Another wonderful bit of skill.
Leeds 1, West Ham 1. Ben Rama, if he can find that final ball, the end product, then what we've seen of him so far, and he's another one who's played in a number of different positions actually. He's made 4 substitute appearances before tonight, which is his full debut for West Ham. This ball is played back to Ayling. 25 years old, he is on loan. They did want to sign him permanently, but if you remember, there was a little bit of an issue with his medical, but he is on loan with a view to a £30 million deal. Here's Rafinha on the right hand side, left-footed cross looking for Bamford at the back post. Balbuena got his head to it for West Ham, and that's carried it behind and out for a corner to Leeds United from the left that Rafinha is going to go across and take, Michael.
It was great play again, wasn't it? Once he finds that little area, he pulls it back onto his left foot, but the ball's just flicked in swinging. Bamford's there just trying to get his head on it. You can see as he tries to direct it. Great defending from Balbuena.
Rafinha with the corner takes it short to Click. Back to Rafinha, who then angles it back further to the halfway line to Phillips, then into the centre circle, and it is played forward for Leeds up towards the edge of the penalty area, but it's deflected through to Fabianski, who's able to dive forward onto the ground and take that quite comfortably. So it is 1-1. Excellent view from up here on the gantry. It's the first time I've been up here this season, and brings back memories, I must say, as Jared Bowen is fouled from behind by Alioski, and that is the first yellow card of the match for the Leeds United left back, as he is tonight, Alioski.
It's nice that the producers finally got some good seats, John.
Well, actually, the previous time I was here this season, we were downstairs in this stand, and it's a good view down there as well. But I have to say, it really takes me back to the time when I'd be coming here relatively early on in my Five Live commentary career. We'd be here, sometimes twice a week when that David O'Leary side was doing great things in the league and in the Champions League. And the place hasn't changed much, I must say, Elland Road, as it's played forward by Phillips to Rodrigo on the left-hand side. Deflects forward to Click now, just outside the area. But as he tried to slip a ball forward, West Ham were able to block it away. And now here's Zofal bringing it forward down the right-hand side, the right back. And across comes Alioski to close him down, but he has support out there. But Leeds are able to win it back. The hard-working Click, and Leeds have it again inside their own half. Yes, when we walked up the whitewashed steps into the inside of this stadium, the previous time I was here, all of the lights were off, and obviously no spectators inside the ground. And really, it can't have changed from the time that you were here. Jim Beglin's sitting alongside the gantry from us. I don't think it's changed much from the time Jim Beglin was a player here. And it was actually quite spooky and quite ghostly to be in on a match like. At least tonight they had the lights on and the tea and coffees were there for us.
To be fair, inside the ground though, and in and around the areas, they've done so much to try and improve it. Lounges, dressing rooms, trying to get it a little bit better. I think it's really getting there now, and supporters will just be itching to get back in the stadium.
Yeah.
Hopefully this great club can keep improving, keep getting things better, and ultimately the football getting them up the league, because it's been a revelation to watch so far this season.
Yes, and of course there'll be big plans if Leeds are able to establish themselves in the Premier League about how they might develop Elland Road in time. 10 minutes to go to half-time. BBC Radio 5 Live. Leeds United 1, West Ham 1, the first of our 6 commentaries over the next 3 days or so. And Leeds with the ball halfway inside his own half. Gives it to the left-hand side. Does Cooper, and then gets it back. Now here is Harrison. Alioski's made a run down the left-hand side. Rafinha's appeared over there. Alioski is then bundled over, and it's a free kick to Leeds out on the left wing. Alioski quickly up onto his feet. So a chance for a set piece from out on that far side for Leeds. Rafinha has stayed out there. It's just manhandled by Balbuena Alioski. So it's a free kick that Rafinha is going to take. Steps back at an angle. Lots of movement on the edge of the area. Rafinha's delivery is headed up and wide, and Fabianski actually dives for it. Cooper got his head to it, and it was going wide, but in any case Fabianski came diving to his left, and the referee spotted an infringement. Whether that was the challenge on Fabianski, it's a free kick to West Ham.
Yeah, it was a good ball in, first contact. It was Cooper, but Fabianski comes quite dramatically to punch the ball away. Jack Harrison, a little bit of contact. I think it was an easy one there for Michael Oliver to award the free kick, but it's about the ball in. The delivery was good. The first contact, as I said, Cooper possibly could have done a little bit better to direct the header towards goal.
Yep, Fabianski, who was flying through the air at the time. Harrison just sort of raised his foot and moved his foot into him, so that was the free kick. And Fabianski's free kick downfield results in a free kick to Leeds, halfway inside their own half. So 1-1 it is. Half-time, 5 or 6 minutes away, plus added time. David Moyes just coming to the edge of the coaching area. If West Ham are able to win this tonight, they'll be above Southampton on goal difference. They'll be above both Manchester clubs, West Ham.
If you look at the games coming up as well, John, Crystal Palace at home, Chelsea away, Brighton home, Southampton away, Everton away, you feel like there's results there for them.
Yeah, and at times West Ham, when I've seen them this season, have played some very decent stuff. Here's Dallas on the right hand side for Leeds United. Dallas right footed, crossfield. Alioski just leaves it to Harrison, and Harrison is up against Bowen, comes infield. Harrison, little ball into the penalty area. The run from Rodrigo takes it back out towards the left hand side. Alioski, Click with the pass, but he's overhit that through for a goal kick. But that's classic Bielsa. Leeds, little intricate passes around the penalty area. It doesn't come to anything this time, but very good on the eye.
Yeah, very nice on the eye, but West Ham United there, getting that back four, good shape, all inside the 18 area. They've got the protection of Declan Rice and Ziyech. They do well for them two. Be able to play in a two is very, very difficult. Yes, they've got Ben Rama dropping in as that 10, but ultimately it's those two who control the midfield area. And you can see Leeds United with the three they've got, they're trying to stretch them and move them around.
Goal kick taken by Fabianski, but Leeds have it back inside their own half. Yeah, you mentioned Declan Rice there. I mean, how highly do you rate Declan Rice? You can answer that in a moment, because Leeds bringing it forward from the back with Ayling, and then gives the ball to Harrison on the left hand side, but Harrison runs into Sofal, who gets a good challenge in, and it bounces out of play on the far side.
Well, I think you go back to Declan Rice. I've seen that unselfishness of a deep lying player who wants to protect and wants to win the ball back. But I've seen a professional side, a bit more mature side of him, now that West Ham United are winning games, that they've got to grind out results, and he seems to drive the team. He seems to understand now what it needs from his team, how to win games, how to see them out, when he should step forward, when he should step in, and he gets forward as well, and obviously we're late runs, so I think he's turning out into be an all-round player, and in the good West Ham side he could only get better.
Cresswell, little foul on Rafinha, I beg your pardon. Free kick taken by Rafinha to the edge of the area, that's headed away, comes back to Alioski on the left hand side. Alioski has Harrison, who's coming back. He was not offside. The flag stays down. Harrison's got it. Harrison's crossed to the back post, headed down by Bamford, but it bounces up more or less straight at Fabianski. He had to take a couple of steps to his right and clutch the ball into his chest.
They did. It's another good ball in. It's a deep one. But first contact, Patrick Bamford just pulls off the back of Cresswell, heads the ball down, but there's no real power in it. Very comfortable from Fabianski. Again, we talk about the striker, he's doing the right thing, he's headed it into the ground, he's trying to go across, there's no real conviction in the header.
Leeds 1, West Ham 1, half-time approaching. Yes, I asked the question, Michael, I heard Don Hutchison talking a little earlier this season on 5 Live about his former club, and he was predicting Declan Rice to really hit the heights in the game, and he's getting a very good grounding here at West Ham, certainly, and he's such an important part of what they do. And of course West Ham supporters don't want him going anywhere. Signed a new contract not too long ago.
But the team are going to have to perform for that, aren't they? Or this player ultimately is going to go on. We know there'll be clubs watching him, but it'll be great for West Ham supporters to be watching the team confident, the right end of the table. It's been a while. We must have been a little bit critical over the years of West Ham United, but David Moyes is getting things right at the moment.
Here is Rice, who looks commanding, plays the ball in field, but Leeds have got it back. Cross from the left hand side towards Bamford, bounces off Ogbonna, who was
hit his hand.
Yeah, it was just struggling a little bit there against Bamford, and it bounces up and he moves away. Michael Oliver's blown the whistle. West Ham players looking a little bit sheepish, I must say.
They were asking for the hand as it bounced up. Seeing it's going to be difficult, sort of in his mid-drift, but as he gets contact from Bamford behind him, the natural position is to get around the ball, and he almost catches it. I don't think we're going to see anything from that.
We're just watching it again. The ball is curled in from I think it was Harrison, wasn't it, from the left-hand side, and Bamford and Ogbonna are together. It might even have deflected off Bamford onto Ogbonna, who, his arms were pretty much by his side, and they've obviously had a look at it, and there won't be a handball call for that. There's Cresswell, that was Aaron Cresswell you could hear there for the challenge that came in on him from Rafinha. No free kick though, and now Ayling takes the ball past Bowen, right footed ball downfield towards Bamford, who tried to flick it on, but Ogbonna was close enough this time, and the ball just bounces through for West Ham.
I've got to mention there Luke Ayling, that cheeky little sort of nutmeg through Bowen as he just comes away with the ball. He's doing it in a dangerous area. If he loses it, I think he'll be in a little bit of trouble.
It's alright when it comes off though.
It's great when it comes off. Showboating at its finest. I don't know much about that.
Never attempted that.
Yeah, in training occasionally. I did like a nutmeg in training, to be honest. That was one of my favourites. Look the other way and...
You must have tried it in a match then.
Yeah, I did, yeah. I got told off a few times.
Did you?
Sure, for trying
by who? Ogbonna? Back in
all of them. Keep it simple, Michael. Just get this ball back.
Who's the fiercest manager that you played under? Yeah, have a ponder, because Leeds have got a throw on the left-hand side. Who it's going to be taken by Alioski. Click gets it back. It's played up. West Ham win it back. Allaire just kept in on the far side by Declan Rice, who was challenged by Liam Cooper, and it's out of play for a throw to West Ham.
Well, you pretty much know the one who could. You talk about hair dryers, you talk about boots across the change room. Neil Warnock didn't disappoint, did he? Let's be honest. At half time or wherever, you just used to look over and think, and he'd never let it lie until at least Thursday as well. He still blames me now for missing a penalty. It's ridiculous. He can't let it go at times. So yeah, some of the ones along the way you see it. I mean, Steve Bruce wanted you to react in the dressing room so he could kick it off, and you knew not to say anything.
Did he? Interesting. Mind you, Neil Warnock's was the name that was very much at the front of my mind. I was just waiting for you to say that.
It was funny though. When he goes properly, it was a little giggle between the lads, and
as long as he doesn't see you. Fourth official is just stepping forward. It's Darren England tonight on fourth official duties. Even the electronic board has the rainbow stripes on it, part of the Rainbow Laces campaign at the moment. As you'll probably be aware, captain's wearing the rainbow armbands. As Leeds have it near the edge of the area. Click tries to play it through, took a deflection off Ogbonna, who stuck out a leg. I think it might have been, I don't think it would have been anywhere near Rafinha, but it is a corner to Leeds United right at the end of the first half. 2 minutes of added time. I thought it might be a bit more than that when you think how long the whole penalty farrago took. But it is a corner. Rafinha to take this. Here it is into the 6-yard box. Fabianski gets a good punch on that. He was being challenged. Ball finds its way back to Rafinha on the right-hand side. It's 1-1 the score. Back to a left-footed curling shot from Ayling, but it curled towards Fabianski, who was able to collect it.
He did well to take that on, didn't he, Luke Ayling, with his wrong foot, 25 yards out. He was stepping in quite central. It just shows you, though, he's enjoying his football. He wants to take it on. He's not afraid to do that. One of the greatest of efforts, but I admire him for taking it.
Yeah, there's Ogbonna under pressure. Passes the ball out of play. It was Calvin Phillips who was closing him down. Leeds 1, West Ham 1. Only seconds left in the first half. I think we're at least a minute short there on that added time, because the whole retaking of the penalty took such a long time. Ball played over the top by Rodrigo, but that will bounce beyond Bamford, and it bounces up for Fabianski to take. I think that will be just about it for the first half. Michael Oliver just moving into the centre circle. The ball's in the hands of goalkeeper Fabianski, who will underarm it out, and we will have a little more play actually. There is of course a minimum of 2 minutes that is added on, to use the correct phrase. Click plays the ball over the top for Bamford, who's chasing this now. He's got a little bit of space, then comes in field, still going Bamford to the corner of the penalty area. Now here's the cross from Harrison, strikes the defender, might well have struck an arm there, but no appeals. It was outside the penalty area in any case. And West Ham, as we still play on, Allaire wins a throw-in on the halfway line, but we'll never see that taken because there is the half-time whistle, and it has been decent. 1-1 at half-time. Certainly we had the incident early when Leeds United won the penalty. Bamford sent through the middle, Fabianski took him down, Click took it, a poor penalty that was saved, but the technology showed that Fabianski was off the line by a very small margin, but it was retaken. Click scored, but West Ham equalised through the Solchek header from the corner that Meslier got a hand to but couldn't keep out. So 1-1, Michael Brown.
Yeah, it was a good, entertaining first half. Obviously, the start was good for Leeds United, that little bit of drama, VAR, the ball from Cooper as Bamford goes forward, and it's a good start. It was a good reaction from West Ham. They created some opportunities in wide areas, and Ben Rama from Bowen, and finally get that goal from the set piece. So we've seen lights from both sides, some sort of good opportunities, some good interlinking play, but now it's down to the managers. Can they find that little bit of difference to try and win this game?
The players heading their separate ways at half-time. The Leeds players going down the tunnel. The West Ham players going up the stand to their dressing room, their temporary dressing room, with a scoreline of Leeds United 1, West Ham 1. So yes, off he goes, off Darren goes, and here we are back at Elland Road, where it's Leeds United 1, West Ham 1. But at half-time, Michael Brown, Leeds have made a double change, and Marcelo Bielsa has taken off his 2 left-sided players, Gianni Alioski and Jack Harrison, and brought on Helder Costa and young Jamie Shackleton, and Leeds coming forward with Costa. Ball into the penalty area, a back heel from Rodrigo, clicks inside the box, back it comes, ball lifted in and it comes off the head of Ogbonna. Fabianski goes for it at the back post, up against Rafinha, and he got a hand to it, the West Ham goalkeeper, to touch it down, and he's gathered it at the second attempt. Yeah, he did. It's good pressure again down this left-hand side as the ball comes over. It was a good take from Fabianski, but just going back to the substitutions, it's going to be interesting if Alioski, if Harrison got anything wrong with him. We've seen Helder Costa coming on that left-hand side for Harrison. We've seen Dallas move over to left-back and Shackleton drop in at right-back. We'll see how that develops. Yep, Ayling just taking the ball away into the Leeds left-back position, uses Cooper, who passes it forward to Dallas. As Michael Brown says, Dallas has moved across from right-back, where he played in the first half, to left-back. Of course, he's perfectly adept at playing in either of those positions. And here's Ayling now receiving the ball halfway inside his own half. Calvin Phillips it is, receiving the ball halfway inside his own, I beg your pardon, it is Ayling, right-footed, plays the ball forward, a little touch out towards the right-hand side, click with a cross, but Ogbonna stretches, heads away, Shackleton gives it back to Click, mist is beginning to come down on Elland Road, I must say, despite the brand new floodlights. And here now, Leeds come again, ball to the edge of the penalty area, Bamford with it, back to goal, turns and shoots left-footed, but that was probably a yard wide. The way that Fabianski stood rooted to the spot made me think for a moment it might be heading in, but it was wide. And we've seen that turn before, John, haven't we, where you're not sure, he knows where the goal is, he pivots and turns, just puts it wide. But Shackleton coming on as a substitute, doing very, very well early on the game, driving down the right-hand side as the ball ends up on the edge of the area. Bamford's feet, he's got Rafinha running off one side to him, he doesn't, he turns very quickly, catches Fabianski, just goes wide. Good opportunity and a good start from Leeds United. Yes, Jamie Shackleton, the little number 46, 21 years old, product of the Leeds United Academy, and here he is in centre field, but overhits his pass through, and that's a comfortable one for Fabianski. But yeah, he's started a couple, came on as a sub in a couple this season, Shackleton, and he's just back from an injury. He's had a muscle injury, missed the last 4. So he's on over on the right-hand side. So the Leeds team now, Meslier in goal, at the back, Shackleton, Ayling, Cooper and Dallas, Calvin Phillips in his usual position centrally, Rafinha, Rodrigo, Click and substitute Costa on the left-hand side, and Bamford, the number 9, through the middle, as his number suggests. And West Ham playing with a back 4 tonight, Fabianski in goal, who incidentally did get a yellow card. I can't remember if I mentioned that in the conceding of the penalty. So Fabianski is on a yellow card. A back 4 of Tsofal, Balbuena, Ogbonna and Cresswell, Rice and goalscorer Soucek, Bowen, Benrahma and Fornals with Allaire through the middle. Leeds attacking towards the Don Revie end of Elland Road, the empty Don Revie end, with the various banners that have been placed high on the seats, including a big number 6 remembering Norman Hunter, and indeed an RIP Trevor Cherry banner as well. Here come West Ham though at the other end. Bowen swings it into the near post, but too close to goalkeeper Meslier, who's able to catch that quite easily in front of his throat and underarm it out, and Leeds bring it forward towards the halfway line, over the halfway line, with Dallas still going unchallenged, just trotting forward and the ball rolling slowly. Bamford then comes across, gives the ball out to Costa with that long hair down the back of his neck, and back to the halfway line where Captain Cooper finds Costa again on the left hand side. 5 Live Premier League football on a Friday night, Leeds 1, West Ham 1. 5 Live Football Daily will be available in the morning, as we heard from Darren just there, a special edition in the morning featuring Zlatan Ibrahimovic, so you can search, download, subscribe for free to that at BBC Sounds. West Ham carrying the ball forward with Allaire. Allaire's pass looking for Benrahma. Calvin Phillips should get the better of Benrahma, who couldn't get round him, claiming he was fouled by Phillips, but referee Michael Oliver says no. And West Ham in the And the old black kit have to drop back into possession because Leeds have the ball with Phillips out to the right hand side to Shackleton, and now Ayling, and then Ayling just to the right of the centre circle, and that mist is becoming a little more than mist, isn't it? It's almost becoming fog.
These floodlights might be showing that up a little bit.
Well, they might be.
Just
yes.
going back there to Ben Rama, Phillips showed him a little bit too much strength and he left him on the floor.
He did. Leeds played the ball forward. It was an awkward height for Ogbonna, and he sort of thied it away on the edge of his own box. Now Rice carrying it forward. He's got no one around him. Rice looking from right to left, still going. Declan Rice to the edge of the area, a step over as well, and then the final pass is cut out by Phillips, and Helder Costa tried to take it away, then tried to win a free kick, and he wasn't successful in that either. Socek to Bowen on his left foot, clips it right across towards the left hand side. Fornals, left-footed ball from him, that's blocked up into the air inside the Leeds box, and in the end it's flipped away, left-footed out for a throw into West Ham out on the left flank that Cresswell is going to take. It is very murky actually over in that corner away in the distance with the mist descending on Elland Road. 1-1 the score. Ben Rama on his full West Ham debut. Said Ben Rama. Back it goes towards the halfway line, and Declan Rice just shrugs off the challenge very easily, but comes in on him from Rodrigo, and West Ham play it out towards the right hand side to Jared Bowen, who turns, gives it infield to Ogbonna, who's under pressure there from Rodrigo, so turns and passes it all the way back to goalkeeper Fabianski, who clears from the ground over the halfway line. Allaire in the challenge with Cooper. He won the header. West Ham have still got it. Then it's played forward by Bowen. The run from Sofal, and then a sliding interception from Ayling. He said he went to ground early there, but he timed it well, and it's out of play for a throw to West Ham down the right.
It's been good play, isn't it? Just now fascinating with the substitutions, with what's going to happen, how it's going to play out. I don't think Leeds United are going to let up. It's going to keep going and keep driving.
So Fal's going to take this throw for West Ham into the Leeds United penalty area. Bowen gets his head down, tripped the ball into the area. Allaire with a chance in the middle, turns and shoots over the top via a little deflection of Luke Ayling, who did well there actually. And Allaire, he had a similar-ish chance in the first half, and that was deflected, and so was this one over the top this time.
Yeah, it's over the top, but as the ball comes in, Bowen, he takes a good first touch actually with his knee and sets it on the turn, and as he crashes it, comes off Ayling. He sees it wide, the frustration all over his face.
Yeah. So both centre forwards have had similar-ish opportunities in the second half. It remains 1-1. Corner to West Ham from the right hand side. Here it is, it's a deep one right across the penalty area that's headed back across the box. Allaire then gets his head to it. Meslier, I think it might have been dropping over, but he made absolutely sure, just hopped and popped it over the top. Leeds 20-year-old goalkeeper for a second consecutive corner.
He just out muscles, doesn't he, Luke Ayling? It's the second phase. The header comes back in. Ogbonna. It's good pressure from West Ham.
Bowen again raises both arms. Bowen takes the corner, and it's into the 6-yard box and punched away by Meslier under no particular pressure there. A player either side of him. Ben Rama now takes the ball to the left hand side. Ben Rama up against Click. He's on his right foot, a low shot that was a bit of a dribbler, and an easy take for Meslier going down to his right. So it's still 1-1.
It's an easy take, but look at it now. Meslier just wants to serve the ball out. He wants to throw it even under pressure. It's fascinating the risk to take, but now they've got out with Phillips, and so that's the whole idea. They can keep the tempo on.
Leeds with Costa on the left wing. Costa, Sofal going with him. Good looking left-footed cross. Ogbonna on the edge of the 6-yard box is able to readjust and head it down. And Socek, who's settled very well into the Premier League, hasn't he? Passes the ball forward, but it's cut out for Leeds, and Luke Ayling will give it to Rafinha on the right hand side, and then Leeds go back towards the halfway line. Shackleton does a full 360 degrees and then gives it to Ayling, Calvin Phillips, and again Ayling back to Shackleton. Shackleton just moving in field and then passes the ball back to Captain Cooper in the centre circle, the Scottish international. Turns the ball to the left-hand side and then Cooper gets it back. Leeds' longest serving player currently. The central defender, Phillips. Back now to Dallas. Costa just keeps it in. Bones with him though, and Bones doing well, and Bones come out with the ball, and then Click comes across, but that was given as a free kick to West Ham for Helder. Costa's challenge back on Bourne. Free kick West Ham.
It's good to see in the wide areas, isn't it, when your attacking player comes back with such intent, such aggression to win the ball back for you. Does very, very well, Bowen. He's certainly grown into this West Ham shirt. He obviously had to wait his opportunity. Now he seems to be taking it and growing very well and just getting more parts of it and contributing in different ways.
Speaking of growing, I don't know, did you hear Steve Crossman's interview with him the other week? It was a day when West Ham were playing on a Sunday. It was another very, very good Steve Crossman interview. So foul crossing from the right-hand side, but it's cleared away by Leeds in the middle by Ayling.
Which was the other one, John?
That's harsh.
I did hear it. It was good, actually.
When he was talking about his potato farming family background.
Amazing.
Yeah, in Herefordshire. As Ben Rama loses possession. Costa's going to run it forward towards the halfway line, and it's deflected out of play by Souček, throwing to West Ham. Souček was looking to take it quickly, does take a short one in the end to Ben Rama, and then it goes back to Declan Rice, and I think all the way back to Fabianski. Yes, it was about how he in the off-season goes to his uncle's farm and runs around in the potato fields for fitness, but very interesting, and he strikes me as a good character, and he's developing into a very good Premier League player. 4 goals this season, scored in the win against West Ham last week.
Well, he could have had a white shirt on actually, because I think Leeds United were heavily in for him to try to do the deal.
You could certainly see him fitting into a Bielsa team, as Cooper can't keep the ball in play, under pressure, puts it out for a throw near the halfway line. David Moyes there just chatting with his right back Vladimir Tofal, who's waiting for a ball to be thrown to him so he can take this throw in. It is now. The mist that seemed to be coming down into the ground seems to have lifted up again, and it is a little bit clearer out there now. Throw-in is taken, and a foul by Ben Rama, so a free kick to Leeds, 10 yards inside their own half, and they will start again from the back. But it's very much a wintry scene, isn't it, with that mist swirling around the ground, and empty stands, of course, lots of Leeds United slogans on the campuses all around the stadium, and Leeds in possession inside their own half. This is poised at 1-1. Next goal, obviously, very important. Here's Rafinha on the right-hand side. Rafinha's ball into the box, a little touch off by Click. Rodrigo just outside the box, turns, pulls his foot over the ball, gives it square to Dallas, and then Dallas digs over a pass over the top, which is headed away by Cresswell, who then gets the ball back and has to hurriedly clear it, and it rolls out of play via a deflection for a throw into West Ham on the far side. Michael Brown.
Yeah, it was good covering, wasn't it? Still seeing very, very similar setups from both sides. Wondered if anybody would change it. We see a slight formation or tactical change. It's a good ball, he tried to dig it out, but Stuart Dallas, good covering. Cresswell looked very comfortable. It's so tense the game now, it seems to have settled for chances, and hopefully by seeing that we'll get one now.
Yep, Leeds took the lead in the first half, the retaken penalty, Matthias Click in the 5th minute, but West Ham equalised through Thomas Souček's header just short of a half hour. Latest rugby union scores in the European ties: Ulster 15, Toulouse 14, and in the Challenge Cup, Leicester 20, Brive 12, Newcastle 17, Cardiff 23 are all latest scores after Northampton lost to Bordeaux in the earlier kick-off. West Ham with the ball halfway inside their own half, and under pressure, Souček passes it out of play, couldn't find Cresswell, throw into Leeds halfway inside the West Ham half. This is the first of 6 commentaries over the course of the next 3 days on 5 Live. Tomorrow at 3 o'clock you'll hear Newcastle against West Brom. Leeds take the throw in centrally with Rafinha, 3 players in black all around him, and West Ham clear through Cresswell via a deflection out of play for a throw on the far side. And also tomorrow we are building up, if you haven't heard, the Joshua Pulev fight is on 5 Live tomorrow night from 10 o'clock, or at least that's when the programme starts. So 5 Live, the place to listen to Joshua Pulev, and there's a whole series of Costello and Bunn's podcasts building up to it. I guess there'll be another one in the morning as well on BBC Sounds to get you in the mood for that, but don't miss that tomorrow evening. West Ham still haven't taken this throw, which Cresswell does now. Alain chests it down and was challenged by Ayling, and then in tackling back on Ayling has conceded a free kick.
He's gone very, very early there, Luke Ayling, to nick it, just like Cooper early on in the game, on the front foot, trying to create opportunities. Just listening to the live games there, Deno's managed to get a nice 3 o'clock there at Newcastle around the corner, hasn't he?
Yes, don't worry, he's going to Southampton next week. he has Dallas on his right foot, little ball into the edge of the box. Dallas gets it back, and Costa at close quarters. This game, over the course of the last 5 minutes or so, really being played between the 2 penalty areas. Ayling back to Calvin Phillips, and Phillips, top of his right foot, sends the pass to Shackleton, and then Shackleton's ball forward is deflected out of play for a throw-in to Leeds. Yes, our new game that Tony Livesey's playing in Drive on a Friday afternoon, which is pitting me against Ian Dennis and Alistair Bruce Ball. It's Tony's Fact of the Day competition. I was very disappointed to hear that Ian Dennis got the answer right this afternoon. So we've had 3 weeks so far, and Ali and Ian have got their questions right, and I've got mine wrong. So I'm bottom of the table. It's early days, though.
It's early. It's
early days. Early. It's early doors. As the ball's deflected out of play for a goal kick.
They're not rubbing it in, are they? They're not.
No, it's far too early for that. Far too early.
They wouldn't do that, them two, would they?
The answer to that is yes. Goal kick to West Ham. It's just gone to sleep a little bit at the moment again.
It has got a little bit flat, and you can understand it, the energy that they both went out at. We're going to see another burst, and just say you start to look at the benches, look at different setups, what can change. It's so tight, the game.
Goal kick taken. Leeds play it back into central defence, but actually failed to keep it in on the far side. Rafinha, who wasn't impressed with that decision from the assistant, throwing his arms around, and then Benrahma falls over, misses the ball, gets back up and has got it, and Benrahma now running from left to right, shooting. It's a dipping effort, but it dips over the crossbar by probably a yard and a half, and it's a goal kick for Leeds United. On the subject of sleeping, did you see that brilliant picture that was doing the rounds on social media yesterday? I saw Paul Hayward, the journalist, send it out, with Don Revie, in the time that he was the Leeds United manager, pictured in bed, in his pyjamas, on the telephone, with the newspapers around him.
I wonder if anybody can get a present-day manager to do that.
I would very much doubt it. Who would be the most likely to get a photograph in bed? Here's Souček, takes the ball on for West Ham into the full-back position. He's challenged and fouled as well, and so it's a free kick to West Ham in a good position here. Leeds United have conceded 5 goals from set pieces in the Premier League this season, so they will be well aware of that, know the duties that they have to perform here. It was Rodrigo who just used his arm to shove over Souček, so position here, West Ham, 3 of them are over
position. Great position. It's all about the delivery to Cresswell and Rama to go the in-swinger, the out-swinger.
Well, Cresswell and Benrahma are in discussions. Cresswell raises his right arm, that must be a signal. Players grouped around the penalty spot. It's Benrahma who fizzes it in, but wide of the near post, and it's a goal kick for Leeds, 1-1.
Not so sure that's a cross. You can see Meslier just pinching a little bit of space. He almost gets done there at the front post, and you see the replay. It was a good effort, tries to catch him, and that's the danger, isn't it? You see the goalkeeper's edging across. He's been done on that before. He's got to be careful.
Clicks conceded a foul, centre field. Souček fouled again, so it's a free kick to West Ham in the central third. I just sense, well, I know the Leeds United supporters are talking about their young goalkeeper, Ilan Meslier, and whether perhaps Casilla should be given a go-in goal. He's just a little vulnerable, isn't he? Doesn't. I mean, he's made some very fine saves I've seen this season. Free kick is taken to Benrahma. Right-footed cross towards the back post, but that's headed up and away for Leeds, and then headed further away on the edge of the box by Cooper, but it comes back. Here's Balbuena on the right-hand side, near the dead ball line, tried to win the corner off the defender and failed to do so, and it's behind for a goal kick to Leeds. But that total will continue, won't it, after the goal that Meslier conceded here?
It's going to be a talking point, and it was a talking point when he first got the jersey, and he's made some good saves, and also got to understand the role and the sort of tactics that Leeds United take up. There's going to be opportunities against you coming right at you, so for saves and pressure, I think he's done well, and I think, you know, we talked about it in the build-up about goalkeepers. I think you've got to stick with him a little bit longer.
Here's Dallas carrying the ball forward for Leeds, gives it to Rafinha. He's in the box on his left foot, he shoots, it's blocked by Cresswell, but it bounces back for the Leeds United man, and Rafinha is able to twist and get the left-footed cross in to Bamford, who got his head to it, but it was a looping header wide from him, and a goal kick to West Ham. Still 1-1 on 5 Live. I mean, to what degree would you point the finger at Meslier for the conceding of that goal? I mean, if you were in the dressing room, would you be asking the question?
I think you'd be asking the question, because he's gone to come, then he's stayed, and then the header wasn't really that powerful. And I'd also say, well, who's lost the first header? We talked about the contact earlier, but if his position, if he's set a little bit more composed, I'm sure he'd get better hands to it than he did, so he'd be disappointed with it. But it's always difficult. You're always going to be scrutinise it, and I think the way Leeds United are at the moment, I think you stick with the bulk of it, and I think you'll get through it.
Well, Bielsa will know his mind on that, won't he? I'm sure.
For sure.
And another little free kick from Fabianski's goal kick. Another little free kick by Klich on Souček, and Klich looks a little baffled by that with his body language, but it's played in towards the edge of the box. Cooper heads it away. Benrahma with the shot, and it's curled not too far wide of the top corner. Meslier diving to his left, and the ball's bubbling around on the yellow steps of the Norman Hunter stand.
It's falling to Benrahma, isn't it? He's getting in some great areas. We talked about that number 10 role where things start to fall, but as the ball's under his feet, he manages just to dig it out with that curler right round the far post. You can see Meslier's outstretched left arm as it just goes round the post. Wonderful effort. He's got such ability, Benrahma.
1-1, Leeds 1, West Ham 1. When I said to you, Michael, which current Premier League manager did you think was most likely to allow themselves to be pictured in bed? Who did you think?
I've got it, and he's going to post it on his social media.
I've got one in mind.
He's going to post it on his social media. Now he's seen it.
I think we're on different ones now.
Are we on different ones?
Come on then.
I think it's got to be Jose. I think he's got it. He's got it. If he gets another result, I'll tell you what he will be doing. You'll see him in bed if he stays at the top of the league. Yeah. That's for sure. Who's yours?
Roy Hodgson. I just thought you could see Roy looking very comfortable. Sheila in there as well, as Rodrigo plays the ball in towards the edge of the box. It's headed away for West Ham, comes out to Phillips, left foot shot. Fabianski diving down to his right. Leeds are suggesting that took a touch. Whether the goalkeeper got his fingertips to it or whether it was off a defender, referee Oliver says corner.
Yeah, he saved it. He's not complaining one bit. Didn't look like he had the most power, but the accuracy good. It comes right back in, and it was going wide, but Fabianski down to the right hand side didn't want to take any chances. There was a lot of bodies, and he got a right hand to it.
Corner then, Rafinha to take this, just down in front of us to our left. Here it is, to the near post. Allaire got there, headed it away. Klich with a shot. Gosh, he caught that well, and it was through a crowd of players, but it was right at Fabianski, who was able to hold it.
That was a good job. It was right at the goalkeeper. Just as it's flicked, he goes to approach it. Klich, fantastic. I think there might have been an offside decision. Bamford was right in the line of the goalkeeper, just gets out of the way of it. I don't think it would have been given, but wonderful effort.
Well spotted, Michael, absolutely correct. But he can strike the ball brilliantly.
To have that confidence, though, do you know, to go and take it, that ball coming out with some pace, sort of bouncing, he executed it really well.
Remember the goal that he scored at Anfield?
Yeah.
Which, I thought that was one of the best goals of the season so far. as he used to say, an early contender for the Goal of the Season award. Leeds 1, West Ham 1. As the ball bounces towards the left-hand side, Rafinha is here, Click is here as well. Now Bamford's gone down off the ball, and now he's climbing to his feet. Leeds is not making anything of it at the moment, although Michael Oliver is there. Calvin Phillips swings a pass towards Helder Costa on the right-hand side. Helder Costa now angles the ball for the run of Shackleton, but Ogbonna got there first for West Ham, and Leeds have it back on the halfway line. Yes, I could see Roy Hodgson. Didn't you see that? You're smiling away there. You're not going to get involved in that one, are you?
No, I think
I could see him pile of Philip Roths on the bedside table as Ayling wins a throw-in on the halfway line. But it is a cracking photograph. If anyone's listening, just have a look for it. Don Revie in bed. Search for Don Revie in bed. Leeds 1, West Ham 1. Midway through the first half. In fact, I say midway through the first half, my stopwatch has actually stopped.
I'm just reading some stats there, and you talk about the last couple of opportunities from Click and Phillips. Leeds United had the second most shots in the Premier League, just behind Liverpool. So,
well, I'm not surprised by that.
It's incredible. Before the game was, just looking at it there, was that's disappeared. Where is it?
Well,
that's good for stats, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I can tell you we've played just over 70 minutes of the match because it's on the big screen in the corner. Ball's played back to Meslier. He's taken a very heavy touch there, but Allaire, as he challenged him, I thought he'd fouled the goalkeeper. Ball's out of play. I think Michael Oliver has given that as a free kick, hasn't he? Has he? Or not? No, it's only a throw. That touch was very heavy by young Meslier. Could have got himself into difficulties. Throw-in is taken over in that corner where the yellow seats are in Elland Road. It's headed away by Ayling, hooked back over the top for West Ham by Cresswell. Then Rodrigo wins the header centre field, and Bowen gives it back to Ogbonna, who lifts a high one. This is for Benrahma to chase. Also Tofal down the right hand side. Now Rafinha is able to turn it away up the line. Dallas gives it back. Rafinha's ball, but that will be intercepted by Balbuena. And now West Ham have possession again inside the Leeds half. Benrahma infield towards Souček, but he's quickly got two Leeds United players around him. Now it's Bowen again, coming in from the right hand side. Allaire tries to hand off the defender, and in doing so actually took his eye off the ball, and Leeds have been able to pass it away to Bamford, and Bamford with a little ball infield to Rodrigo just waited, controlled it first, gave it to Costa on the right hand side. Leeds pouring forward now. Costa, Cresswell slipped over, Costa into the penalty area, but then poor touch from him, and West Ham have got it back.
It's a little bit slippy over there. I'm going to give Cresswell the benefit of the doubt.
That was very generous.
It's a slick counter-attack from Leeds United, but again now West Ham.
Now it's West Ham, and it's Benrahma to the edge of the area, to Bowen in the box, curls it left-footed, but beyond the far post. Just didn't get enough bend on it.
What a passage of play again. Nobody holding back, nobody sitting and waiting. They're trying to make things happen, and counter-attack's excellent from both sides, and Bowen, as he almost curls into the top right corner, brilliant reaction, and just end to end.
And Marcelo Bielsa making his third change, and it's top scorer Patrick Bamford who is off, and I'm just going to have a look to see if he's going to go down the tunnel, and I think he is, so he must have a problem. And that substitution in the 74th minute, I think he's gone down the... Oh no, he hasn't. No, he's taking a seat in the stand. Surprised?
Well, a little, but I think he wants to go and try and win the game, get a reaction. He was down before, wasn't he, when we were seen as an off-the-ball incident that we weren't sure whether he's got a slight issue, but he stayed there. But again, just freshen it up, some fresh legs, some more pace and power.
Yeah, he's just taking a seat in the blue seats behind Marcelo Bielsa's old-fashioned style Perspex-backed dugout, and he's sitting there. He's not put a coat on just yet, and he's having a chat with the other substitutes, socially distanced. So he's off, and Tyler Roberts is on then, the Welsh international, who has yet to score this season. So 1-1, and Leeds have taken off their top scorer, and West Ham now with the ball with Fornals, who shoots right across the face of goal and just beyond the foot of the far post. And that was a chance. It really opened up for Fornals there.
Well, it did, and just shows you a couple of Leeds players just overstretching. I'm not sure if it was Cooper tries to dive in and he shouldn't. He should just stay big. It just stretches into the penalty area, and Fornals, the ball's filing away from him. He digs it out and he just agonisingly goes past the post. It's a wonderful opportunity. He's got to stay up, just as Cooper slipped. He also did.
Leeds 1, West Ham 1. BBC Radio 5 live from Elland Road, behind closed doors. And Ben Rama with another lovely turn, used his body, spun away from his man, and then Rafinha slides in to put the ball out of play for a throw-in. And in fact, has that been brought back for a free kick?
He's bringing it back because he was getting pulled all the way, Ben Rama, and it was Dallas who was fortunate not to receive a yellow card. It was good sort of playing the advantage. I think it was the correct decision to bring it back. Yep,
so another set piece for West Ham. This time Sofal and Cresswell are involved, so this is out towards the right-hand side of the half as West Ham attack. 1-1. West Ham just working something here. They're in discussions. Sofal and Cresswell, Leeds players holding the line just outside the box. Sofal is going to play it in, right-footed, a curl out of the back post. A good save by Meslier. And that chance that was from Balbuena, who was arriving, a clear header and a good stop by Meslier.
Well, you asked the question about Meslier, is he up for the task? What a save this is with his left hand. Balbuena, it's a great ball in, right in the centre of the goal, 6-7 yards out. The header's direct and the left hand comes up. It's a wonderful stop, great strong hand from the young man. That'll give him his confidence and maybe put some of the doubters away for a little bit longer.
Yeah, but he's redeemed himself there, Michael.
It was a great save, that. Such a strong hand, and you know he hasn't got the largest of frames, has he, for the goalkeepers you'd expect, but some of the saves point blank that he brings out, his balance was good. He was set on this point, and his left hand really, really strong.
Yep, to his left, and he did there what he was unable to do in the first half. Leeds coming forward, and header from Rafinha, but under pressure, couldn't get any purchase on that, and it was cleared away by Balbuena. But it was headed well. He didn't have a lot of time. Header was from 10 yards, if that, away, and young Meslier made a very good one-handed left-hand save to his left, and it remains 1-1. But West Ham there have had two chances. Fornals with the shot that was just beyond the post, and that header from Balbuena. And West Ham now continue to attack from left to right as Cooper's able to come across and give it back to Meslier, who passes it out. And Rafinha will find Rodrigo, still inside Leeds United territory. Little angle ball to Click, and Click now carries it out towards the right-hand side. Click, floodlights casting shadows. Calvin Phillips now in possession. Mist seems to have disappeared, strangely. Rodrigo just outside the box. Ogbonna puts the challenge in. West Ham have got it back. Ben Rama has his feet taken away from him. No free kick, and it's cleared forward by Bowen up towards Allaire. That's 1-0 by Cooper. And now Rodrigo passing it through to Roberts, but beyond Roberts and through to goalkeeper Fabianski.
So irate down there, Bielsa. Any little detail, some passes, it's gone crazy there. That they're losing the ball. Now off to the other side, and then he almost takes that position. He wants to crouch down. You talk about managers wanting to kick every ball. He has an opinion on every single sort of movement around the pitch.
Yes, Marcelo Bielsa, and if he was on the touchline in a Sunday morning match, he wouldn't look out of place, would he? As Helder Costa has conceded a foul. Leeds are really, how many free kicks is that now they've conceded in the second half around the penalty area? This time Helder Costa, so a chance for a set piece from over on the left hand side this time. 1-1 the score.
It puts doubt in your mind, doesn't it, when a wide free kick comes in. Ben Rama tries to catch the goalkeeper near post, the next one comes in and it's a good delivery that he stays, and the header's really good. It's a good save, so see what this delivery is.
Cresswell it is with the delivery, and it's headed in by Ogbonna. He got away from his man, 10 yards out, leaping forehead to it into the top corner, And West Ham have scored the goal that I must say felt like it was coming. Leeds 1, West Ham 2.
We've seen the in-swinger. This time it was the out-swinging left boot of Cresswell. Ogbonna rises at the back post. Brilliant header right into the top corner. Really, really strong. It was coming, as I said, different set pieces, different opportunities. It didn't feel like Leeds United could cope, and the pressure was too much in the end. Great header to give West Ham the lead.
And West Ham could be going back up to 5th place in the Premier League, leading here at Elland Road by 2-1. And there are only 10 minutes left here. And Angelo Ogbonna, good headed goal, wasn't it? It was a real central defender's goal from a set piece.
It was solid as it comes, wasn't it? But you'd be a little bit disappointed that they all get sucked under the ball. I would expect Leeds United set up the defence to be a little bit further over, a little bit more protection. It was too easy. They all got drawn under. Ogbonna came at the back post. Once the delivery's good, he was always going to be the winner of that ball.
And as I mentioned, Leeds have been susceptible, conceding goals from set pieces this season. That is the 6th they've let in from set pieces in the Premier League this season. Here's Calvin Phillips, just outside the box, but got away from Ben Rama and Rice, but then overhit the ball through for a goal kick. But West Ham have been on top, and they got the goal.
Well, they have. You felt that Leeds United were taking chances. They were leaving the centre of the pitch. They were still trying to push to go and get that winner, and it's how they play. But it's just left it for West Ham to capitalise, and silly free kicks, as you mentioned, far too many given away, and ultimately with the deliver of Ben Rama, Cresswell, you're going to get opportunities.
Yeah, excellent delivery from Cresswell. Again, having a very good season. And Gareth Southgate must be watching him. I know there's a lot of competition in the full-back positions, but so impressive has he been. And whether it's a set piece or
left of the 3, that's the difficult one that he's been playing in, isn't it?
Yes.
If you're sort of saying as the left-back position, playing week in, week out, for them opportunities, you'd probably say you'd want him in that position more.
Yeah, has played for England under Gareth Southgate, of course. Cresswell, ball infield for Leeds, but Phillips couldn't reach it. Ben Rama's got it. Ben Rama with the cross, headed away on the edge of the box by Ayling, and he had Allaire all over him. West Ham haven't made a change yet, but a couple of substitutions are coming from David Moyes here. Now his team are in front, and it's going to be Said Ben Rama, who is the first player to be substituted after his full debut for West Ham here tonight. And Mark Noble is coming on first of all, and I think Ben Johnson is going to come on as well, but not quite yet. David Moyes is just going to wait for that next one. Very canny that. When you're 2-1 up, don't make a double change. Make 2 separate substitutions. And that is that, by the way, is an issue with when you talk about 5 substitutions in a match. If a manager wants to slow down the game, make 5 separate substitutions.
Well, they're going to, aren't they? We'll see it stopped all of the time, and I think he's got that. He's got that correct. David Moyes right at the right time to bring Mark Noble on. I think there's still opportunities, because I think Leeds United are going to go for it. Maybe Ben Rama could have got that space, but he knows now Mark Noble will orchestrate a delay as best he can to try and see the game out.
Yep. So Ben Rama's off. How do you think he did overall, Ben Rama, on his full debut?
Well, I thought he was excellent. I thought once he got a couple of touches, you've seen confidence was getting better. He started to try things. He got a couple of shots away. He got some good areas. Just at the start, it was a few loose passes, wasn't there? And then after that, he seemed to get everything correct. Really impressive. Yep.
That's Michael Brown, former Premier League midfielder, with us here at Elland Road tonight for this Friday night game where Leeds are 2-1 down. Still just 1 win at home in the Premier League this season, and they're going to do well now to get anything out of this. We're in the 85th minute. Free kick for a foul on Tyler Roberts on the halfway line, and I think West Ham are now going to make that second change, and it's young Ben Johnson who's going to come on. The right back, just waiting to see the board from the 4th official, Darren England, and he shows us it now. It's Jared Bowen who is making way. So 2-1 up. He's brought off Benrahma and Bowen, and he's brought on Noble, and now fullback Johnson, who is going to go out towards the left-hand side to play in that position, as Mark Noble will take the ball out towards Johnson, who makes ground down the left side. Johnson then gives it back to Cresswell, puts his foot on the ball. Cresswell and lifts it forward, but that's beyond Noble, and Leeds have it back. Urgency now for Leeds, 2-1 down with less than 5 minutes of the 90 to play. 5 Live Sport on air till 10 o'clock tonight, when Rick Edwards will be taking over. 5 Live weekend breakfast in the morning will have lots and lots of sport in it, as usual, from 6 until 9 o'clock, and you'll hear reaction from the managers on the 5 Live Football Daily podcast. I mentioned there's that special with Zlatan Ibrahimovic, which will be out in the morning. And Leeds coming forward with Dallas now square to Phillips, now to Shackleton on the right hand side. Leeds trying to salvage something from this game as they attack from right to left. Back to Shackleton. Shackleton sees Souček in front of him, turns, gives it to Costa, back to Shackleton. Shackleton's ball across, that's intercepted by the recovering Cresswell, but Leeds have it again. Costa's ball in field, though, is straight to the feet of Souček of West Ham, and it is West Ham who will come forward, but leading by 2-1. They're not going to overcommit themselves. Sofal passes it up towards Declan Rice, and then back to Souček, centre field. So it'll be very interesting to see if West Ham are able to manage this match through to a victory. Noble was fouled, referees played the advantage. Fornals with a cross, only half cleared, overhead kick by Allaire is saved by Meslier, who pushes it away wide for a corner.
It's so open, the game. What a great save, great bit of skill from Haller. As it goes down the right hand side, there was a foul on Mark Noble. If they played the advantage, Luke Ayling would be disappointed that he chested into the path, but as the overhead kick comes 12 yards out, another great save from Meslier with his right hand to push the ball away. And you just talked about, would they have enough, this West Ham side, to see the game through. Mark Noble's just gone in that sort of pivot position, has allowed Declan Rice just to advance slightly forward, and he'll create a few opportunities, and just about seeing it out now. I'm not even sure that they'll want to play this big long direct ball in from the corner kick.
Cresswell eventually gets over there to take it. Michael Oliver was saying to West Ham, I'm adding this time on. Cresswell does take it to the near post. It's headed away by Rafinha. Mark Noble allows the ball to bounce across him back to the halfway line, and passes it here to the right hand side to Sofal, and Sofal sends a high ball up towards the edge of the Leeds United penalty area. It bounces down and away, and Ogbonna's actually onto it. Ogbonna, scorer of what might be the winning goal. Ogbonna still in the area on the right hand side. He crosses left footed, and it's glanced and hits the far post. Allaire got his head to it, and the ball struck the face of the post and bounces away, and Leeds survive this time. Could have easily been 3-1.
Well, they could have. I was mentioning, should they send people forward? No. There, Balbrena gets his little touch on it off the post from great work from Ogbonna. It was almost game over.
Phillips, long one forward. Roberts allows the ball to bounce. He's not flagged offside yet. Roberts twisting onto his left foot, left side of the penalty area. Ball comes to a stop, and Roberts wins a corner off Sofal. Just struck it into the body of the defender who was right in front of him. Corner from the left hand side. 2-1 to West Ham. And we're in the 89th minute here at Elland Road now. Rafinha is going to take this corner. Leeds, players around the penalty spot. In it comes to the near post, and it was headed away by Sofal. Got good distance on it as well. And Click has passed it beyond Dallas, who had to make ground back into his own half. Then it's played over the top down the right hand side. Costa heads it infield, but Ogbonna was underneath that and is able to lift it away left footed to Allaire. Tall, looking a little awkward, does well though, gives the ball to the left hand side, and then Click just deflects it out of play. And we are now in the 90th minute, and David Moyes is giving the signal to Robert Snodgrass. Like you, a former Leeds United player.
He'll be pleased to get on. I just spoke to him. I actually seen him at half time. He was itching to get on. He's great character.
He's just putting the tape around his socks. Fornals with the ball on the right hand side for West Ham. Dallas does well, keeps his feet and brings the ball away, and Leeds now coming forward. Fourth official comes to the side of the pitch, time running out for Leeds. Dallas plays it square, Rodrigo middle of the half, Rodrigo back to Dallas. Dallas tries to curl it in right footed, but that one is headed away by Balbuena. Comes out to Leeds. 4 minutes of added time. So 4 minutes of added time being played here, and the ball comes in for a header from Rodrigo in the 6-yard box, and he can only head it straight at Fabianski, who caught it.
Wow, how does it not go in? The ball's great, right in the centre of the pitch, 6 yards out. He heads it straight at the goalkeeper. Anywhere else, and I don't think Fabianski could believe it that Rodrigo doesn't hit either side. He just holds it right in front of his head. It had to be a certain goal.
In between the two central defenders, he was racing into the box, but a little glance, and as Michael Brown says, it was straight at the goalkeeper. Free kick for Leeds.
It's like a back five now for West Ham. Talked about Cresswell dropping in. Seen Johnson, left back row. They're all in there now trying to defend it out.
Mark Noble get a yellow card for that. He's getting, certainly the foul was conceded. I thought I saw Michael Oliver with a card. Anyway, it's a free kick to Leeds in added time. Already 30 seconds into it. Oh, that's overhit. However, Souček's got his head to it and it's bounced behind. And he's saying, I didn't get a call, Souček. He could have let that go through for a goal kick. But it is a corner. Rafinha took the set piece, took the free kick, overhit that. This is important. West Ham leading 2-1. BBC Radio 5 Live. Premier League commentary. Rafinha to take this corner. Outswinger, left-footed towards the penalty spot. It's taken down by Allaire very coolly, facing his own goal, and it's laid back to Rice, who completed the clearance to the halfway line where it bounces out of play.
It's a great touch in the middle of your box, but that scared me, to be honest. If it's my play, I'm thinking, what you do, don't do that again, just clear the ball out, and he got away with it, but they give the ball away again.
Into the second minute of added time. Leeds trying to find an equaliser. Ball played infield towards Click. Then back to the right-hand side. Here's the cross, high into the penalty area. Fabianski's come a long way out of his 6-yard box and he caught it well. Excellent goalkeeping from Fabianski. And West Ham will not be in a hurry, and indeed here's that next substitution. Not quite yet. David Moyes there just making that signal, that international symbol of slow things down.
Snodgrass is waiting there, patiently trying to get on the pitch against his former club, and to get a win against your old club will be nice for him, and he just can't get on.
Yeah, his only Premier League appearance this season was in the thrilling comeback against Tottenham when he came on as a substitute. That was memorable. Ball from Phillips out towards the left-hand side. That felt like a win. This will be a win unless Leeds can equalise. Rafinha does well to get the crossover, but Ogbonna gets up and heads it away powerfully for West Ham. Falls for Noble, who's taken on the captain's armband since he came on, gives it to Fornals down the right hand side. Marcelo Bielsa is urging his players to give one last effort here, but there's nothing they can do when West Ham have got the ball, which is what they've got now. Allaire plays it infield. I mean, I think they are missing Antonio very much at the moment, West Ham.
Brilliant Declan Rice there. Do you see the recovery run? Mark Noble goes forward and Sebastian Haller loses the ball, and David Moyes is saying, let's keep the ball, don't give it away. This is the little bit of detail at the end of the game they've got to get correct to see it off.
Souček does well for West Ham, then does poorly because he passes it and gives it away to Leeds, and on they come. We're into the final minute now of the 4 of added time, and Rafinha overran that ball. He'd taken a heavy touch and it was a 50-50, and he rather stretched into the challenge, caught Souček, and it's a free kick for West Ham. And here's the final change. Pablo Fornals, clever, does that old trick of walking over to the referee and shaking his hand, which I didn't think was allowed at the moment, but he does that wastes a few more seconds, and Robert Snodgrass is going to come on for the final few seconds at his old club.
I mean, literally it might be a second, John. I think Michael Oliver almost felt sorry for him to actually let the substitution go on.
Leeds will stay in the bottom half of the table. They had the opportunity tonight to go back into the top half, but it looks as though it's going to be West Ham's night. Only seconds to play. Fabianski takes this free kick downfield. West Ham leading 2-1. Leeds might have time for one final attack. Ayling running the ball away from his own penalty area, but he can't even get into the opposing half before the final whistle goes, and West Ham have won it. And Souček turns and hugs the scorer of the winning goal, Angelo Ogbonna. And there are great celebrations there from the West Ham players who are now all together in a huddle, hugging one another. And this win for West Ham means they go back up to 5th in the Premier League table. West Ham tonight ahead of both Manchester clubs in the Premier League table. Good win for them. They deserved it with their second half performance.
Yeah, the second half performance was strong. I think Leeds United were a little bit naive. They wanted to get forward the left holes, and then ultimately the set pieces on the day. I think that's where West Ham really exploited this Leeds United side. They kept delivering, putting things in wide areas, and the goal finally came. It was a really sort of orchestrated away performance of a team doing much better in this Premier League, and to be up at 5th, David Moyes has got to be delighted with his side.
Yep, came from behind after Mateusz Klik's early penalty for Leeds, but Souček in the first half, Ogbonna with that 80th minute headed winner. So Leeds have lost 6 of their opening 12 Premier League games, but West Ham have now won 4 of their last 5. It's finished here at Elland Road. Leeds United 1, West Ham 2.